what is wrong with you?
Why you're not investing?
So many opportunities missed. Indian entrepreneurs have got an ego. I had zero investing experience in the past. And Deepinder said, this is the window of opportunity. If you don't do it now, we'll lose it. I think that is what is giving Zomato so much confidence, so much buzz. 2018 mein, we understood that Zomato and Policybazaar are going to be big successes.
You also sit on a lot of these boards and work with them. Any large trends you are saying which has completely changed in past 2 years and is like a new category altogether? Of course, quick commerce being one of them.
I think Zomato, what happened with Blinkit and what they've done with Blinkit is quite remarkable. Right? To scale up quick commerce and scale it up profitably, right, is quite an achievement. And I think that is what is giving Zomato so much confidence, so much buzz. Now they've acquired the ticketing business of Paytm. That's a new thing. Let's see where that goes. I think Zomato is about bold moves and flawless execution.
And able to manage public perception also.
So I'll tell you. So when it was decided to buy Blinkit, and it came to the investment committee of Zomato, which I was chairing the board, and we asked 100 questions, and the biggest consideration was, "Bhai, आपका stock price down है, आपका main business loss में है, you have plenty of cash, but the market is very worried about where you're headed, and you're saying you'll make a profit in maybe a few quarters in the main business, but at this stage you want to take on a second big bet which is losing." And Deepinder said, this is the window of opportunity. If you don't do it now, we'll lose it. And I know we can turn it around. And we can make it happen. So eventually we backed Deepinder's judgment and capability and confidence. And we went with it with some apprehension, with our hearts in our mouths, but they delivered.
Sir, you are LP in quite a few funds also, and you of course run InfoEdge Ventures also, which earlier used to invest from balance sheet. So how, and again, I know a lot of these people are your friends and you support them in that way. But a lot of people who want to be LPs here, how they should look at this asset class? Is it a passive class, active class? Should I be a startup investor or a LP?
See, I'll tell you, if you want to go into startups directly, then you better be prepared to be hands-on, giving it enough time and have the expertise and be comfortable with a few blowouts and be comfortable with the risk and uncertainty of people missing their targets this year and they might achieve them next year, and there'll be ups and downs, right? If you're not comfortable with that, then it's better to go into funds.
So you think non-operator, if you don't bring strategic value, then you rather go in funds?
No, that's not the point. I mean, whether you bring strategic value or not, maybe you want to cherry pick and choose your companies and be therefore more in control of where your money is going. But understand that it's a roller coaster ride, with many startups. And therefore, if you are in a fund, maybe you are insulated from individual company roller coaster rides. On the other hand, if you get behind a company early, which goes on to become great and big, it's a great feeling, and you get bragging rights, and
So, and again, I'm just using Zomato as an example because, of course, that's one of the great companies out there. And like you said, right, it was a loss-making company for a long time, right? Even in the private setup, and you kept on backing in multiple rounds. So, how do you build that conviction? Is it on founder? Is it on the market? Ki boss, I'm still going to back it, still making losses. Someday it will break even.
So, chakkar kya hai ki I had zero investing experience in the past. So I had the confidence of ignorance. Second, we were not fund managers where we had LPs and we were accountable and we didn't have a time frame in which to exit and deliver returns.
It's your own money.
Right? Third is the way analysts would look at it. We are a listed company. The way our analysts look at it is, ek baar paisa chala gaya, they would not evaluate the portfolio until there was something to evaluate. So I was forgiven many sins. So we began to invest in 2007, and between 2007 and 12, we invested in some 9-10 companies, lagbhag 200 crore. Now 200 crore was big money for our balance sheet then. It was big money by those days standards. Now, of course, it's very small money. But I was not hauled up every day by is quarter ka IRR kya hai. There was not that kind of pressure on me, right? And that gave me the ability and the freedom to do what we thought was right. Right? In some cases, we took the right calls. In some cases, we took the wrong calls. So, हमने जो 9 कंपनियां की थी between 2007 and 12, enough of them have blown up, but nobody remembers them. So, because we got Zomato and Policy Bazaar, उसके बाद 100 खून माफ है. So we are still operating in that zone, right? So, but I recall, हमने लगभग 200 करोड़ डाल दिए थी between 2010 and 2007 and 12, and 2-3 had blown up, and nothing looked like succeeding, including it was too early to say Zomato and Policy Bazaar would succeed. And investors would come and tell Hitesh and tell Ambrish, who was the CFO then, and tell our investor relations guy, "Bhai, Sanjeev is crazy. Indian entrepreneurs have got an ego, and they're cowboys, and this is our money. He's just putting it behind startups, and they're not going to work. This is a rubbish strategy. And Hitesh, you're earning the money, and Sanjeev is blowing it up, and this is so irresponsible." Okay. Now, when this feedback reached the board, right, the board said, Sanjeev, maybe you should take it easy now. So, हमने 2012 से 2015 3-4 साल, we did not invest in a single new company because of this feedback from our shareholders. Now, we are accountable at that level, right? Because they are shareholders. We're a listed company. अब 2015 में, it looked like Zomato and Policy Bazaar would succeed, right? In the interim, a number of other companies had been built, which we had not invested in. 3 साल miss किया.
Sure.
Same investors came back and said, "What is wrong with you?
Why are you not investing?
I mean, so many opportunities missed." So then the board said, "अच्छा, let's start again."
Start
So 2016 से we started investing again. So 2016 से 2019 तक हमने 10-12 और कंपनियां कर दी. By then there was a team, and
the whole
it was
thing.
not, it was not my imprint, other people's imprint. Okay. 2019 में 2018 में we understood that Zomato and Policy Bazaar are going to be big successes.